Pokémon Fire Red and Leaf Green apparently are coming to the Switch. But you know what? I've got an opinion to that.
Nobody asked for your objection!
Well, you're getting it anyways. And personally, I find a lot of what's going on with this Switch release to be completely and utter bullshit. Okay, so to start off, I'm going to preface this with the following. I'm going to break this video into a few different segments. The first being my thoughts on the OG Red, Leaf Green, and Fire Red. Secondly, the fact that it's coming to the Switch. And thirdly, its price tag. And then some miscellaneous thoughts after that. So with that said, let's begin my thoughts on Pokemon Leaf Green and Fire Red coming to the Nintendo Switch. Okay, so I started off with actually the original Red and Blue games on the Game Boy. Though it wasn't exactly mine to play per se. I stole it from my sister's bedroom and would play it. So my experience with the original games was the Game Boy version. I did play the GBA for a short time on emulator, but I didn't play it that much because one of the biggest, gimmicks with the GBA was its connectivity with other players, and playing solo can only get you so far. That said, there is one set of games I did play a lot as a kid, and as a teenager to boot. That was Pokemon Gold and Silver, primarily Gold. I played Pokemon Gold a lot on the Game Boy, as well as on emulation before I got a Game Boy. That said, I have nothing but fond memories of the original Red and Blue games. In fact, one of the heights of my childhood was actually being able to beat Red on Mount Silver and Gold. And that was on the original Game Boy. So, in regards to other experience with the classical games, I really don't have much. I did play Heart Gold, the updated version, so there's that. With all that said, however, I do have a few nitpicks and gripes with the fact that it took them over, what has it been, 5-6 years since the Switch came out, to release this game on the Switch. So, for those who don't know, I want you to take a wild guess on how much a 30-plus-year-old game costs on the Nintendo Switch. Go ahead, guess. Did you guess $10? $5? Free? Well, allow me to enlighten you on the price tag. The price for the Nintendo Switch release of Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green is $20.
What? What?
Yeah, that's right. $20 for a 30-plus-year-old game that released on just as old hardware. For comparison, games on the Steam store of similar quality and technological prowess, as it were, are $5 or less usually. That is stupid beyond belief. That price tag alone is going to be the reason why I never buy this game on the Switch. Nintendo has the audacity to charge us $20 for a 30-plus-year-old game. What the fuck? And I guarantee you, they were going to charge more for this. But somebody at Nintendo HQ went, yeah, we'll never get away with that. Willing to bet dollars to pesos, the original price tag for this game was $50 or more. And don't say they wouldn't charge that much, because we're already paying $50+ for Nintendo 64 games access. Not to mention a library of mostly junk games with a few gemstones in the pile of shit that is Nintendo Switch's online streaming game service. You know, the Game Boy emulators, Super Nintendo emulators, all that. It's 90% shit with a few gemstones in it. I think out of all the emulation consoles on that service, there are going to eliminate, I think, 10 out of the, 60+ games total between the Nintendo Game Boy, Nintendo NES, Super Nintendo, and Sega Genesis sections of good games. When the Nintendo 64, it's got a fair few more gems, but it's still mostly garbage. Now bear in mind, that is me generalizing off the top of my head. I have not memorized the entire library of games in the NES to N64 libraries on the Switch Online service. Now getting back on topic with Fire Red and Leaf Green, oh my god, I didn't say the reverse! Somebody applaud me!
You suck!
So, this video took me a lot longer to get out than I originally intended. I missed the, Fire Leaf. I got the reverse again!
You suck!
Fire Red and Leaf Green. Oh my god! You can tell by the fact that I'm messing up the title of the game so much is how little of a shit I give about this Switch release. Because, as I said earlier in the video, it is absolutely ridiculous! The fact that they're charging $20 for a 30-plus-year-old ROM that they lazily copied and pasted is just beyond the terms of lazy cash grab. It has literally Pokemon evolved into sleazy scumbag, I want your money because you'll give it to me, sleazebag. These are the jokes, folks.
You suck!
But yeah, those are my overall thoughts on the Pokemon Leaf Green and Fire Red releases. Hey, I got it right again. Now, if I can do it again. Fire Red Leaf Green, Fire Red Leaf Green, Fire Red Leaf Green, Red Green, Fire Red.